so your presence here today gives us even greater pleasure. We are very proud to have classes of Korean language and culture in our educational offer for 5 years already. The opening of a dedicated space for Korean culture is a milestone in our collaboration with Korea. The Korea Corner is a result of a project by the Korea Foundation, which is aimed at enhancing the overseas public awareness of Korea by installing dedicated Korean culture promotion sections with easy access to a variety of materials on Korea at universities or libraries abroad. This project at our institution could not have been achieved without the assistance and guidance of the Embassy of the Republic of Korea in Belgrade, who have offered us continuous support in the process of application and implementation. We are especially grateful to His Excellency Mr. Jeong Lee, the Ambassador, and of course Ms. Cho, Third Secretary and Vice Consul. Therefore, we would now like to give floor to His Excellency Mr. Lee, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Serbia. Thank you.
Professor Ivana Jivanchevich Zakirich, Dean of the Faculty of Philosophy, Dr. Sabina Haluka Resheta, somewhere around there, and Ms. Katerina Kubachevich, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Dobar dan. Good afternoon. I would like to begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to all the students, staffs, and professors of the Novom Sadu University, especially the Faculty of Philosophy, on the grand opening of the Korean Corner. I'm very happy to be here today and joining our meaningful celebrations. It is the Korea Foundation, affiliated to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Korea. They provided financial support to establish the Korea Corner, working together with our embassy. As a result, we have received more than 400 books and cultural materials, Korean movie DVDs, etc., to fill the Korea's Corner in this beautiful building of the Faculty of Philosophy. However, it is actually the Faculty of Philosophy in Novi Sad which has made it possible by making every effort from the time of application for the Korea Corner until today. I'm really thankful for the enthusiasm, eagerness, and the interest shown by the faculty, not just about opening the corner, but more importantly, for its hard work devoted for the Korean language education in general. I'm also happy to note that the excellent collaboration we have had between the faculty and the embassy. After establishing the King Sejong Institute and opening the Korean language classes in the faculty, the quality of the Korean language courses here has been, I believe, greatly improved. And now, with the Korea Corner, we can provide the students and citizens who are interested in Korea with classes of better quality and with upgraded materials. What is better? Our embassy has just published the very first textbook in Korea in Serbian language that will be distributed to all schools in Serbia before the start of the next school year. With all those achievements, we can proudly say that these are excellent and tangible symbols of cooperation in the field of culture between our two countries. I assure you that we will continue to support the Korean studies and language education in various ways in Serbia, including the introduction of e-classes, and further deepen our cooperative relationship with Faculty of Philosophy specifically. Again, I would like to thank the faculty for organizing today's ceremony, and I hope for the continuous cooperation and bigger result in the near future. Thank you very much. Hubala
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, my speech is very brief. I'm here a facilitator for all of you to get to know Korea better. And I'm very proud that we are supported by the Korean Embassy during all the time before. Now you see results, but there was a work, invisible work, and I'm very grateful for the support we will have that was promised just a second ago. So enjoy, discover Korea. We had great events, and the last one will be K-pop, so I believe this is the most important part for the young ones. But for the ladies of my age, Korean beauty, K-beauty was also important. And for the intellectuals, it was calligraphy. So we had many more events to come. I also want to greet Mila Stamenkovic, that is our Korean-Serbian professor. It is very important that we have at our faculty. And this is the end of my brief intro. I'm again, yes, thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you, Professor. Now I would like to give floor to Professor Pavle Sekeruš, our professor and director of the Francophone Center.
So, why am I here? I wanted to introduce our guest, who becomes a friend of the Faculty of Philosophy, to tell a few words about him and what happened to us, why sudden eruption of Korea everywhere in our everyday life. So, our guest, Ambassador Lee, holds a Bachelor in International Relations from Seoul National University and an MA in International Relations from the University of Chicago. He joined the Korean Foreign Ministry in 1993 and has held foreign postings that include serving at the Korean embassies in the Netherlands, Ghana, and the Korean Permanent Mission in New York, and the Korean Consulate General in Chicago. A career diplomat, he's also held various foreign ministry posts, and I'm not going to name them all here, avoiding to annoy the public with our guests. Numerous successful positions which brought him finally to Serbia, to our pleasure. Until recently, Korea was terra incognita for a common Serbian citizen. And then suddenly, everything changed. The Republic of Korea has achieved remarkable success starting in the 80s of the 20th century, combining rapid economic growth with poverty reduction of the country. We were all firstly familiar with Korean economic success, and we all learned names like Samsung, Kia, Hyundai, LG, and the others. But this was just the beginning of the Korean presence in our everyday life. Psy's global mega hit Gangnam Style paved the way for K-pop around the world. Released in 2012, the K-pop icon became the highest charting Korean pop. We should mention that the success of Korean popular culture didn't come by accident, and didn't come from a blue sky. It was at least partly driven and funded by the South Korean government, supporting its creative industries since the end of the 90s through subsidies and funding for startups as a form of accruing soft power with the goal of becoming a leading global exporter of culture production. Korean soft power, expressed in the influence of its artistic and popular culture, first spread to China and Japan, later to Southeast Asia, and several countries worldwide, where it continues to have a strong impact, including Serbia. What makes it so appealing? What's the secret of Korea? Beyond Netflix hit series Squid Game, we all saw it, South Korea boasts in a variety of successful cultural exports in recent years. New albums by K-pop groups like BTS or Blackpink top the charts around the world, while South Korea's intense fandom culture is turning into a worldwide phenomenon. In 2017, Korean director Bong Joon-ho created the Netflix original movie Okja. If you didn't see it, I recommend it warmly. It was funded by Netflix. Bong Joon-ho also directed the dark comedy thriller movie Parasite, even better. It's another recommendation not to avoid this one, which won several awards at international film festivals. Parasite made history by winning 2 Academy Awards in 2020 for Best Picture and Best International Film. And this is not the end. This is not the end. At the Cannes Festival this year in France, the upcoming Korean films Broker and Decision to Leave had both taken home 1 award. South Korean actor Song Kang-ho got Best Actor award for his role in Broker, and South Korean filmmaker Park Chan-wook won Best Director for his new mystery noir film Decision to Leave. It seems that Korea lives its golden age, and we are happy for having the opportunity to participate in it through the growing economic cooperation and the possibility to enjoy its cultural achievements. Thank you for your attention. It's now due, Mr. Ambassador, to present your speech. Thank you.
Dobar dan, ja sam Jeungni, ambasador Republike Koreje u Srbiji. Okay, this is my Serbian script. Let me get back to this later. Oh, this is a little too much for me. Hold on a second. Okay, let me get back to English. And now fun time is over. Let's get back to our study. From the time when I was a little child, becoming a professor is one of my dream jobs. And for some reasons, I don't remember why, I believe that professor in the podium or in the floor without wearing the jackets but the ties, seems very cool. And this is one of my dreams come true. Thank you very much. So I believe that today I have around 20 minutes, relatively short time. And Professor mentioned about the secrets of Korean culture these days, why it's so popular. I will study a little more, and if you give time, sometime later, maybe in autumn, I will give you a more lengthy, long presentation about our secrets to share together. Please. So instead, today I just decided to have something very new and not often spoken about, but very impressive for you to remember when you go out of this room. So I chose As introduced by Mr. Bukatarevich at the start, why not our Busan, the second city, second largest and second most populous city in Korea, in Novi Sad, the second largest city in Serbia. So this is the topic that I chose for today. A bit boring, especially after our really excellent performances, but I just ask for your indulgence. First, about the geographical location. Just look at this map. This may look a bit strange to you because normally I understand in the Serbia you have the world map with the center locations of the European countries. But this is more or less our customary world map used in Korea. As you can see, Korea is located in the middle of the continental area of Europe and Asia, and also neighboring the Grand Ocean, the Pacific. And Korea is strategically located to go into the continental areas to China and also Southeast Asia, but we have also our gateways to the Pacific Ocean. And if you see the small map over there with Korean Peninsula, you can just see the location of the Busan. Very advantageous location to become a gateway to go into the Pacific Ocean for logistical purposes and also some strategical purposes. So why not? Why not make full use of those good locations to build something big and great, which is the port? The largest port in Korea, definitely yes, and also the 6th largest port in the world, with many container carriers and many transportation and logistical suppliers for the global supply. And for the better, the wave is very smooth and the sea is very deep to accommodate the huge container builders and carriers together. And it is not just about products or materials, but also human beings, the peoples. Busan is the city for the hotspot destination of international conventions. If you see the picture on the right side, that is a very huge conference hall. I forgot the name, but very interesting and good name in Korean. And we have, the Busan has hosted many important events for the past 20 years. Namely, the first one in 2002, Asian Games, the biggest sports event in Asia. And also, the Busan is one of the host cities in 2002 of Korea-Japan World Cup. And also, we hosted a very big event in 2005, APEC summit meeting. APEC means Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, with more than 20 member countries, unfortunately not Serbia because you are in Europe, but many countries are part of the big economic community together. And it was a huge success. And we had 2 more important summit meetings in 2014 and 2019, which is ASEAN ROK commemorative summits. ASEAN is actually 10 countries in the Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Vietnam. So Busan is ready in terms of its infrastructure and hardwares to host many important events. Not just this hardware, softwares. People are very well accustomed and highly experienced in hosting those big events. And finally, they decided to have something big in a very festive move, which is the Busan International Film Festival. Annually hosted by Busan every year. It's more than 20 years, gathering hundreds, even thousands of people, film directors, actors and actresses, and business people from film industries. This is a huge success, and Busan eventually became a large meetings, conferences, and exhibition cities in Asia and world. Very well known to our people. So we have now events, we have now conferences, we have now logistical infrastructures, Now we have some fun part of Busan as an unmatched international tourism city. On the right side, you can just see the very huge beach. The name is Haeundae Beach, very large one. And during the hot peak time in the summer, usually more than 500,000 beachgoers gather together for just one day. In one day, there are more than 500,000 people gathered together, and they have more beaches, 7 in total. If you just add all those people gathered together in Busan just for one day, it is more than 1.5 million. 1.5 million beachgoers gathered together to Busan. Almost 3 times bigger than the population of Montenegro. And on the left part is our Buddhist temple in a very beautiful location on the seaside and with the backbone onto the cliff of the mountains. So you have beaches, we have mountains, beaches and mountains like this place. This is Kotor. I've not been there before, and I know that people will gather very much during the summer hot time, but we couldn't find that big picture. But you have mountains and beaches. Even though Serbia is a landlocked country, you can have easy access. If you go to Busan, you can easily enjoy those 2 things all together. This is a natural, beautiful sceneries, but also unmatched international tourism city with some artificial addings. On your right side, the picture is Gwangan Bridge at night, offering really nice, beautiful nighttime sceneries, and also very active clubs and restaurants and everything that you can enjoy 24 hours a day. Usually they don't just turn off the light all through the night. You can find everything interesting whenever you go outside in Busan and Korea in general. And on the downside, this is a kind of some thrilling experiences to watch the ocean areas on top of the bridge. And I was told that, I've not been there, but I was told that there was some kind of transparent floor on down, so that you can just look down and see the ocean while you are standing on, like feeling that you are now flying somewhere over the ocean areas. And on the left side, this is a Gamcheon Culture Village. Actually, that started immediately after the Korean War in 1950s. And it was a part of a slum with all those refugees from North Korea and other parts of South Korea. So it was very dirty and shabby, but we renovated in a very creative way, built the houses painted with all those beautiful colors, and offered those areas to the artists and writers to make this a very nice culture village. So if you just see this picture on the left side, very similar to the ones that you used to see somewhere in Europe, I found something. So this is the picture of Italy, and the town of this village is Cinque Terre. This is Cinque Terre of Italy. So we have enough things to offer to you in European countries with beaches, mountains, and even villages in Italy. They have everything. So we have looked around Busan, port area, infrastructure for conventions and big festivals and nice street sites. What else do you need? Okay, almost lunchtime. I feel hungry. But before that, my mistake. So Busan is culturally very rich. As you can see, Our Lady Ms. Park, the performer for today, is from Busan actually. Okay, let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you, be born in Busan. Yes. Busan is Hollywood, the biggest powerhouse in the film industry. As I told you, Busan is the big city to host every year the film festival, and Hollywood has not missed the chance. You know the very famous movie Black Panther, and if you just watch that, some part of the movie was actually filmed in Busan, and you can also see the very beautiful Busan dialect in Korean. Yes, it is very beautiful and funny. And on the right side, there is a bit not my type of movie, but also interesting, the movie Pacific with huge robots just fighting together. And I was informed that that movie on the back side is actually the film for using the Busan, which also shows that how modern Busan is and how futuristic Busan is and how advantageous Busan is to offer everything from the cultural and traditional outings and also those modern areas. This is not just Hollywood. Korea also offered many good films located in Busan. The first one is Busanhaeng, Train to Busan. Have you ever watched the Busan? Oh, many people watched. Thank you very much. Recently, I just flipped around the channels and I saw one of the RTS channels also showed this movie on Saturday evening, and I was pleasantly surprised to watch that. About the zombie movie, I understand, and this is kind of creation of birth of Korean zombie. We make everything K-style. One big difference is between Korean zombie and Hollywood zombie is our zombie is really fast. They are moving really fast. So anybody watch The Walking Dead, the HBO drama series? They are very slow and just, yes, you know what I mean. I'm not trying, I'm an ambassador. I should be very serious. Yeah. So, and now I'm filmed, so I don't want to make anything embarrassing. But you know what I mean. And I wondered why they got caught by those slow, lazy zombies. But you understand with this movie, they are so fast, you have to run to your life if you don't want to be eaten by those zombies. Very realistic zombie. Is it a bit ironic? Yes, realistic zombie. Second one is our Korean version of a disaster movie, Haeundae, which is about the tsunami attack to what else? The ocean area of Busan. And the last one is Ode to My Father. In Korean title is 국제시장, one of the biggest market in Busan area, about the story of a father dedicated to his family members and sacrificed everything for the well-being of his kids and grandkids. And if you see those three films, you can just easily find the common things shared together. And also they can also ring together with our Serbian friends, which is the love of family and high respect of the elders, and also the people-to-people touch, the sentiment, which I believe is the very heart of our two countries' resemblance to each other. I believe that those things are very common between Korea and Serbia, even though geographically we are very distant to each other. We looked around, we had great signs. We drank a little at the Gwanghwadeogyo area, at the clubs, watched some movies, and finally our food. Soul food of Korea, very unique in Busan only. Let me start on the down left side, which is fresh seafood. It is a raw fish, and I don't like to explain to you using our Japanese term, but since you all know this is a kind of Korean style sashimi, and we call 생선회, 생선 means fish, 회 means raw, so it's 생선회 in Korean style. And on upper side, which is pork soup with rice. This is a very heartfelt, warm, and healing kind of soup, like Western style chicken soup in Korea. Pork here. And I know that Serbia is a big producer of very high quality porks. That's also one of my goals as ambassador, to open the Korean market for the export of Serbian pork. As of now, it is not possible due to several reasons, but Koreans are big consumer of many porks, and in the future, why not? Why not porks in Korea again? Many other things, noodles on the center and on the right, upper right side. One interesting thing about our milmyeon on the center upper side is that it is cold one. So many countries enjoy noodles, dried, fried, or in the soup. But I don't think many other countries use a cold noodle soup in the soup. Japanese style is kind of a dipping into the soup. No, not sauce actually, but ours is a cold soup. It is very good for the summertime. That makes me hungrier now. Let me finish hurriedly and go back for lunch. No, just wait. So, why Busan? As you can see, Busan have many charms, many attractive things to enjoy, and they are ready to invite you. They are ready to invite the world. They are ready to invite the people from all over the world, and they are ready to show the better future for the humankind. And that is why my government decided to host the very important event, World Expo 2030 Busan. And let me get back to my Serbian script. Oh, now I feel lovers. Just for you to understand what I'm saying, if you don't understand my very strange Serbian pronunciation. Dobar dan. Ja sam Jeungmi, ambasador Republike Koreje u Srbiji. Koreja hoće da bude domaćin svjetske izložbe Expo 2030 u Busanu, najvećem ljudskom gradu u Koreji. Kao druga najveća pretovarna luka na svijetu, Busan ima odličnu infrastrukturu kao transportni i logistički centar, a također je i grad koji simbolizuje uspješan ekonomski razvoj Koreje. Ukoliko dobijemo organizaciju svjetske izložbe Expo 2030 u okviru glavne teme transformacija našeg svijeta, putovanje za budućnost, posebna pažnja bi bila posvećena održivom života sa prirodom, tehnologiji za čovječanstvo i platformi za brigu o ljudima. Expo 2030 u Busanu pružit će priliku svim učesnicima da prepoznaju globalne izazove i otkriju nove načine života čovječanstva i životne sredine. Nadamo se da će Srbija, naš verni partner, pokazati interesovanje i podržati naše učešće za organizaciju Expo 2030 u Busanu. Hvala. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I practiced more than 100 times. And now is your time to learn something. There is no free lunch. Anybody who can read it? 대박. 대박 can be adjective, acclamation, whatever occasion you can use it. It means really great, really great. You have to have some sound from your stomach, a guttural way, with a longer version of the first syllables. 대박. Yeah, listen and lip. 대박. 부산. So, with the thumbs up, it will be much better. Listen and repeat, and follow me. 대박 부산. With this 대박 부산, let me conclude. Thank you. 오발라프노. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now we would like to give floor to Jin Spark.
you.